Everyone had one of these, right? Did we all grow up with the same guitar learning childhood? I completely forgot I even had this. It's been in a closet for probably 5 to maybe even 10 years, and just came across it the other day when I was cleaning and instantly knew, like, oh my god, does it still work? And is it any good? I knew I had to do something with it. I just didn't know what. So I'm gonna revisit this, but I'm gonna shoot it out against the Line 6 Helix that's on the floor. Has their amp modeling gotten any better? I hope so. I don't really have like a big structure for this video. It's just truly having fun shooting out a Line 6 micro Spider against a Line 6 Helix. I'm going to try to match up. It's got clean, crunch, metal. If you've never played one of these, it's got 4 presets at the top: clean, crunch, metal, insane. And they're all, modes that kind of correlate with what their button says. I don't know, I guess I'll find 4 comparable clean, crunch, metal, insane presets on the Helix, and we'll kind of shoot them out. But this is really just me being a kid, wanting to plug into this thing again and just play instead of having to perform or practice. It's going to be I'm just having fun playing. So who knows? Maybe this will replace my current on-stage rig. Features of this, like I said, it's got 4 buttons on the top: clean, crunch, metal, insane, and those are just presets. No matter where these are set, if you press one of those buttons, it's going to go to what this preset is. As far as I know, you can't reset these. If you find a really good clean tone, I don't believe you can override that preset. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Drive or gain, channel volume, and then master volume on the front, 3-band EQ. And then on the top, this could be another thing too. Maybe we could shoot out some of these effects. So we've got off, chorus flanger, phaser, and tremolo. And then on this side we have off, we have a sweep echo, tape echo, and reverb. Kind of a secondary shootout. We could shoot some of these things out against the effects of the Helix to see if their effects have gotten any better or if their modeling has gotten any better. And then it's got your typical stuff: tuner. It does have a tap tempo, phones out, and which is I'm probably gonna have to use. I don't know that I'm gonna mic this up. I'm gonna use the phones out, go right into a DAW, and then we'll just record from there. I don't know what kind of speaker we have in here. Well, it's missing the battery plate. It's unfair to the digital modeling aspect of this to try to get a good tone out of this 6-inch speaker. 6-inch unbranded speaker. And I will be using a power source. I'm not going to be using battery Ds, 4Ds maybe. So, without further ado, let's get to rocking. All right. I don't hate it. Crunch. What? Well, this is just the preset. So I've touched nothing. If you just were to plug in and press a button, that's what you're getting. Okay, metal. So they've added some sort of reverb, I think. I don't hate it. Not nearly as much as I thought it would. Insane. Here we go. Not nearly as bad as I remember, but maybe something different's going on. Okay, let's switch to the Helix floor, and I think I'm gonna use my presets because this was better than I thought. So I'm gonna use. That's kind of cheating though. I don't know. We'll figure something out. So this is my clean. So this is, I've got it labeled Fender Clean. So it's probably something pretty basic, Fender-y, twin reverb. Okay, so this is like, maybe just pass like an edge of breakup. That sort of thing. So I'm kind of equating that to like the crunch channel on the Spider. Bring this back up. The crunch channel on this bad boy. And I don't know. I think it's better. But I think it's better by a lot less than I thought it would be. something like that. What do we think? Here's where I think that the Helix really shines. I think this did a lot better job in the lower gain stuff. This is what I call my crunch channel, which is more, probably closer to like the metal higher gain stuff. That sort of thing. Okay. And then the last preset that I had is my lead tone. So it's probably the highest gain of them all. So we're saying this is like the intense, you know, preset. So there it is. What's up? It's Sam. A couple days from the other stuff, the playing and the original like recording of finding this thing in the closet, and I had an absolute epiphany. This is my call to action for line 6. We have this. I want this inside of it. So now we've got 4 presets, and say they're switchable by just like foot switch. And still 3-band EQ, you know, some adjustability knobs here, that's fine. But I want the power of this in here. And, you know, if you want to put a screen on the back. But basically what I want is I want a Helix powered little guy. So I can show up to a gig with this. And this is purely for just like trolling the cork sniffery, you know, guitar gear guys. I want to show up to a gear with this, and you know, you've got an XLR on the back, the same as you do on the Helix, that can go like straight to front of house, and I don't really care about a speaker because it's going to go straight to front of house anyway. But the tones that you can build these tones in this. So like, this is a long way of saying, like, I just want this to troll. This is, you know, show up to a gig, walk in with a guitar case, and this, set it down, plug into the front, like, all right, guys, let's play. And then, you know, all of a sudden, wow, what the, you know, like, oh my God, you're getting that out of a Spider? That's what I want. That's my call to action. I want the processing power of a Helix hidden inside this. This is a sleeper. This is a, who the hell is this guy who just showed up to a gig with a micro Spider and then glorious tones? Can we do that? 4 presets on a foot switch. That's all I need. And yeah, I just want the appearance of this sitting on the floor behind me. I just think that would be awesome. Line 6, if you want to reach out directly, that'd be awesome. Love to have a signature micro Spider. Let's make something happen. All right, back to the video. I really wanted to hate this thing. I thought this was going to be such a, like, cork sniffery, look how shitty this thing sounds compared to, like, the Helix floor unit. And here I am just like, what the shit was that? I remember this thing being such a, like, crap bomb. Like, none of the sounds, none of those buttons sounded good. Maybe it's the speaker. Maybe something about going direct out into a DAW, you know, eliminates something that I wasn't liking before. But now I'm kind of like, well, shit, you know, if I'm starting guitar and I have this, like, those were decent. I literally was gonna throw this away. And now I'm kind of like, I don't think I would ever, you know, obviously play this on stage. But maybe it's worth finding a new beginner that needs an amp. I didn't really even get to, like, adjusting anything, just purely the 4 little presets. It does have if you hold these 2 down, the crunch and the metal, you get an acoustics, you know, simulation or whatever. I didn't do that. If this were a debate, I guess this would probably win because of how much more it changed my mind compared to what I was thinking going in. I had to look it up. This came out in 2001. So I was talking like 10 years ago. It's more like 24. Given that, like, I'm impressed. Okay, a couple things are maybe going on here. Maybe when I played it before and I thought it sounded like trash, maybe it's because I played like trash. Maybe I still do. Leave a comment if you maybe you think they both suck and tube amps are the way. And if that's the case, I'll do a shoot up between the Black Star I have and the Helix. Because I've played them both on stage and I'm actually kind of not sure which one I really want to go with. All in all, to me, my amateur opinion, the Helix sounds better. I don't know if that's really a debate. But I think what's really more interesting here is this was just supposed to be like a fun little, like, let's see how far we've come. And this sounded way better than I thought it did. Or at least how I remembered it sound. I thought it was absolute hot trash. Again, I've mentioned the speaker. It might have a lot to do with that. But if you're plugged in headphones, kind of like I was, you know, now, I think you would have a really good experience. Again, if you're just learning how to play, you've got 4 presets where you don't, like, oh, I don't know what the difference between drive, you know, channel volume and master volume. It doesn't matter. Just hit the preset and then master volume. It's got a tuner. It's got some effects built in so you don't have to get lost in, like, pedal land. You can experiment with phasers, echoes, reverbs before you get gas and lost in, like, oh, I need the $200, you know, Strifecta from Strymon. It's just a fun video. I'm really glad I did it. I had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed watching this stuff. If you like stupid stuff like this too, I would love it if you subscribed. It really helps the channel grow. So leave a like, leave a comment, and yeah, maybe we got bigger plans for this stupid little Line 6 micro Spider in the future. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys.